Hi everyone, welcome to Simple Summer Naturals. I'm Dr. Kimberly Somerville, your resident general practitioner and clinical nutritionist. Today will be my second episode in my series Weight Loss Journey. Last week I spoke about weight loss versus loss of inches. Which one is better? But now I'm going to be speaking about some tips that can help you ditch the scale and enjoy the journey a little bit more. If you're going on a weight loss journey, you're going to want to see results. Usually you'll be stepping on the scale, but as we heard from the last video, that may not be the best thing. The first tip will be to take pictures. If you want to see results, we have to do it in a different way. So taking pictures, usually before and after, will help you to see those minute changes that you may not notice when you're looking in the mirror every day. Usually what I would suggest is to take a picture before the journey and do it through intervals throughout the time that you're on your healthy lifestyle kick. What I'm going to start incorporating with my clients is that I'll be doing a before picture and then doing monthly pictures thereafter for my 3-month program. Usually the profile would be front, lifting your arms up to the side, back profile, as well as a side profile to see any changes in your arms, your waist, and your hips, to see if there's any muscle definition, any fat loss, anything that will give you some good feelings. Another aspect of taking pictures would be to take pictures of your food. If you're working with a trainer or a nutritionist and you usually have to let them know what you've been eating throughout the week, the best way to do that, instead of writing it down and possibly forgetting, is taking pictures. All you have to do is snap a picture right before you start eating, have that saved and send it to them thereafter, so you won't have to worry about forgetting the meal. Instead of quantifying what you ate, like a cup of vegetables or 2 pieces of chicken, you take the picture and send it, and it's just as easy as that. This helps your trainer or your nutritionist to understand your food habits and to see how your portions are being laid out when you're deciding to have some meal. The next tip is to resize your plate. What that means is, generally when we're eating, we have a small plate for breakfast, medium plate for lunch, and probably a larger plate for dinner. But I want you to switch that around a little bit. Especially if you're working from 9 to 5, 8 to 4, we usually need energy throughout the day. So the most energy you're really going to need is from breakfast. Allow your plate at breakfast time to be the largest plate that you have. Fill that plate and feel full throughout the day. At mealtime, at lunch, you can have, your regular size medium lunch. But for dinner, if you're not going to be doing anything labor intensive after dinner in the nights, then you really can just use a small plate. Or whatever else works for you, if you want to have a small plate throughout the day, it would help you to have better portion control and an easier time to lose your inches and lose weight as well. If you find that this method makes you a little bit hungry, then you can adjust it with your nutritionist. For some persons, if you're going to be having a small meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you can add snacks in between, like around 3 to 4 hours after each meal, so that you won't be hungry and overeat at your next meal time. I spoke a little bit about portion control in my emotional eating video that you can check out as well. So the third tip is to check your clothes. Now, you may not be using the scale, you may not even like using the tape measure or even taking pictures, but checking your clothes is one of the easiest ways to see progress. You might find that your shirt is a little bit looser, you have to tighten the belt a little bit more, and all that is saying is that you may be losing fat and you're finding that your body is responding to the health journey that you're on. Now, just a little disclaimer, I mentioned before in weight loss that you might sometimes retain water or you might even be bloated. So if you find that the belt probably has to go up a size 1 week from another, don't be discouraged. It's just changes in your hormonal or water retention pattern. Don't be discouraged. So my fourth and final tip is reduce your feelings of guilt. Many times when we're placed on a meal plan or an exercise plan, we find that we're not 100% consistent, and that's okay. If we're looking at it as a lifetime change, we have to be aware that we're not going to be perfect. If you decided that you weren't going to exercise for a week, or you had a burger, you had a fries, or you had ice cream, Understand why that happened, be aware, accept it, and figure out ways that you can be better at the next time. Probably the exercise is too boring for you. You may not want to go to the gym, but you may decide that you can use resistance bands when you're doing dance workouts. You may not like some salad, but if you decide to put on some nice salad dressing, homemade salad dressing, you'll find that it tastes better and you're more likely to eat some vegetables. Find things that work for you. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to put nourishing food into your body and to move your body to get yourself to improve health. You may not lose the weight just like that, but guess what? You're going to feel all sorts of better in your journey, and I hope that this works for you. If you want to speak to me personally, you can find me at my email address or my Instagram page. I hope these tips were helpful for you today, and have a good one.